Ladies and gentlemen, it's 1:07 on a Saturday afternoon. That means it's time for Inside Georgia Real Estate with Deborah Morton, my sister. How are you, my darling?
Hello, Shelley. I'm just back from travel and learning and training and being coached. And this is real estate professional conference season. Everybody I know is out training and at conferences, learning, growing, doing all the things.
So I have two questions. Let's start with the first question. What did you learn? What are the expectations that you're learning from this conference for 2026? And the second question I want to ask is, why is it important to have this kind of training?
Yeah, no, both things. It was fascinating. I couldn't help while I was there. As someone who travels and does a lot of coaching and training, I never take my foot off the gas with learning, and neither should any professional in any industry. That's not just specific to real estate.
Never stop learning.
Never stop learning. That's just a growth is a core value of mine. Now, what I am watching coming into this year is there is so much happening in the real estate industry. There is a merger and acquisition that time will tell how it's going to roll out and impact everybody. But one big brokerage bought another holder of like 12 brokerages. So pretty much every name you know in real estate is now consolidated under one umbrella. And how could that be helpful? Well, it could create efficiencies of scale, but my thought is monopolies in any shape or form in every industry are dangerous. So I'm watching how this is going to play out because as an independent, a boutique broker, independent still, I think it's curious how we're going to watch how the control over the data and the standardization of everything that all these companies do, could it impact pricing, extra fees? Will it reduce pricing? I mean, that's right. It could happen.
When you say ask the data, what do you mean by the data?
So what I'm seeing, our industry has changed so fast in the last 2 years. A lot of it is the AI. It's technology has changed everything, and everything that we do in real estate now is tech enabled and tech based. And that's not just about the properties and the reports and the marketing, but it's consumer data. That is the thing that's at stake because all of us are data. There is no getting off the grid anymore. Like if you're online, you have a phone, you live in any part of the metropolitan area, there is data not just on your home and your property, but on your consumer habits. And that is what is up for grabs. Zillow has been collecting this data for years. They have a huge head start on everybody because they started out as a marketing company that dealt in real estate. This entire time, they have been collecting consumer data on properties.
Gotcha.
They own all of it. And we started to see the class action lawsuits first. There are more piling up. Those class action lawsuits could impact the direction of how a lot of things go. But then separately, we now have this monolithic, this huge dynasty of a real estate brokerage that could be, I mean, they're geared up to go head to head against Zillow. So what does that mean for the consumers and the independents like me? So I'm just watching it carefully. That's what we can do. But I do know things will continue to change. 2024, we saw massive change. 2025, it was a flat year for sales, but there was massive change happening behind the scenes. So it's my job to stay on top of that.
Let me ask you this. The change that happened behind the scenes in 2025, did that impact consumers positively, negatively, or kind of in between, all around the place?
For every negative, there's a positive.
Gotcha.
So it depends.
For the consumer.
For the consumer. So what I try to watch is how can I, as your trusted professional, stay abreast of the changes and make sure that my clients are not impacted negatively. So I think a lot of this, even like with the data, is as long as the consumer are aware of what's happening, it's not as harmful. I like to defend the consumers and the agents in the industry. When change happens and people are not made aware and it's not transparent and clear, that's a problem. So that's the thing. We don't know how this is going to play out, but the change happens so fast. It's not like, okay, next year our new contracts will read like this.
Right.
This is happening. It's not necessary. We have contract changes all the time. I have another contract class this coming week.
What do you mean by contract changes?
Yeah,
Because I would think I can go to Google right now and print a contract and it would read the same. What do you mean by contract changes?
So the contracts we use, the Georgia Association of Realtors, we use standardized forms, and those are constantly being tweaked and changed based on changes to the federal law and state law.
Gotcha.
So as things change, the contracts change as well. That's not new. There is a minimum amount of continuing education classes that are required for every professional who holds a license. That's Georgia state requires that. We also have our realtor board trainings, continuing education, but that's a minimum. What I do and what we do at the agency Atlanta is far, far in excess of the minimum required continuing education. The minimum is so minimum. I believe that the industry standards are way too low. I think the top-notch professionals like our people and others in the area, there's plenty of us here in Atlanta,
right,
that train constantly. They invest in their education with business coaching, real estate specific, marketing changes, technology changes. There's so much that we have to learn. And that's on us because we're all independent contractors.
Right.
So when people say, oh, realtors make too much money, well, what they're not factoring in is how much I have to invest to get the training I need to serve at a high level.
404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Those are the numbers. This show is designed for you to call in and ask any and all real estate questions of Deborah. She's the expert. She is with Agency Atlanta. The website is InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com. So 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. You talked about the investment. I'm either buying a home or selling a home. I'm your customer, right? One way or the other. Why is that important to me? Why is the education, the consistent growth, the consistently looking to learn? Why is that important to me?
It's important to you to protect you. So we'll start at the very basic level. If you hire someone who doesn't stay on top of contract changes, you could be liable. You could be signing documents unaware of how the impact is. Your agent should be able to articulate and teach you, explain to you every facet of the documents. And even though Georgia, compared to states like California, which is very complex, our contracts are still legal documents that bind you to the transaction. So it could cost you, you're liable if after the fact you've signed something, but that's at the very basic level. On a more advanced level, if I'm selling your home and I haven't stayed up to date on training with changes in marketing, on YouTube, social media, all the places, print media, global marketing, all of those things are available to you. And if you're going to pay somebody to market and sell your home, you deserve all of the package.
Right.
Unless you want to sell your home by yourself, which is legal and fine. But if you choose to hire somebody, you better make sure that they know what they're doing and have invested in every aspect of it, because one agent wears many, many hats. For example, I was out of town for a week. My team, my business continued to operate and run the business I was still working. I checked messages, like any good pro would do, but nothing fell through the cracks. And when you hire somebody, you're hiring a person. Who supports the person? Do you have a listing manager behind you, a marketing manager, all the support to make sure that everything is seamless? Because at the end of the day, you don't care anything except your results. You want results, and that's what you hire us for. So we need to produce those results. Yet it's very common in real estate for a solo agent to wear all the hats, and they have to do all the things.
404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Those are the numbers to call. Deborah is the expert. The show is called Inside Georgia Real Estate. The website is InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com. Give us a call, 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. We will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Inside Georgia Real Estate with the expert, Deborah Morton of the agency Atlanta. Let's go to the phone lines. Everyone hold on. This is a short segment. We will get to your calls, 448-720-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. Let's go to Dan from Augusta. Hey, Dan.
Hey. Okay. I currently own a home with no mortgage in Columbia County. I want to buy a home in Cobb County at $600,000. I called a commercial bank to see if I could get a bridge loan, and they said, you don't have enough income. We can only give you 45%. Debt to loan is the issue, or is the vehicle that I want to use, so to speak. So if that doesn't work and they will not allow me to get let's say a loan like a convenient, or whatever the term is, a HELOC or other, what other product or vehicles do I have to do this?
You have lots of options. So every lender has different lending requirements. The more conservative the bank, the tighter those restrictions are going to be. For example, credit unions, they're great for savings and checking accounts, but they are the most risk averse with lending for mortgages. I have plenty of mortgage and lender options for you. Send me a message on InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com, and I'll send you a list of them that you can talk to. There are many, many, many programs available to you. The bridge loan is a great idea. We have other buy before you sell programs. Everything has a cost, but you have options.
Let me ask you this. First of all, hold on, Dan, stay right there.
What is a bridge loan? Is you're going to borrow against the home that has equity in it. You're pulling equity out to use for the purchase of the next home. So exactly what he can say. Now, if you're taking a mortgage, you're using the money from your primary residence as a down payment on your next purchase. You still need to carry a mortgage on the rest of it. So there are some income requirements, debt to
Gotcha.
There are other ratios that are going to be factored in, but you have so many options because the mortgage industry is very broad, it's very vast, and there are different prices for all of these products, but you should shop around and explore what all of your options are.
And you do that for people, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I'm not a mortgage broker.
Right. I mean, but you shop around, you bring the people together.
I do, and I can help point. Like, I even have a simple little roadmap that tells people, like, it's do this first, go here next, to help people navigate, because it feels overwhelming and complex when you're trying to do this, but it's very simple when you're connected with the right advisor.
Dan, can I ask Dan a question, right?
Yeah.
Dan, are you trying to sell the first home and then get rid of it to get the second home, or are you trying to keep both? Is that a fair question?
No, sir. Mm-hmm. Trying to sell home number one, and then buy the other house, and that will be my primary home. Yes, sir.
Understood.
Yeah, that is the simplest scenario. So, like, if you were going to do that, pull equity and buy a second home and then maybe turn your first home into a rental, there's another option and a way to put the financing together for that as well, basing it on your future tenant rent payments that are going to come in. There's a lot of different creative ways to do it. We just need to connect you with the person who has the broadest array of products to choose from. So you get to choose. The thing that I want everyone to know is you should be in the driver's seat. And if you go to your local bank or credit union and they put you in a box, that's not the end. You don't have to stop there. You have other options.
So Dan, go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com. Did you have another question?
No, sir. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Dan. I look forward to talking to you more about that.
InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com. 448-720-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. Those are the numbers to call. Deborah is the expert. 448-720-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. Everyone hold on. Coming.
So, you're running out of closet space. But the good news is, you don't need to stop shopping. You just need to start selling with The RealReal. The RealReal is the world's largest and most trusted source for authenticated luxury resale. Whether it's that mini bag that can't even fit your phone, or those boots you never fully broke in, The RealReal handles everything. From photography and copywriting to shipping and pricing. So you can just sit back, get paid, and make room for things that actually feel like you. And with 10,000 plus new arrivals every single day from top designers like Prada, Celine, Louis Vuitton, and Loewe, all for up to 90% off retail, you're bound to find something perfectly on brand to fill that extra closet space with. Plus, only for the month of January, you can earn up to $550 extra when you sell. Make room for what feels like you. Go to therealreal.com to start selling and earn up to $550 extra to keep shopping. That's therealreal.com. Terms apply.
Right to you in the very next segment. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, 1:36 on a Saturday afternoon. We're halfway through Inside Georgia Real Estate with Deborah Morton. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Jay from Locust Grove. Hey, Jay, thanks for listening, my friend. Jay?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Good.
What's your question, Jay?
Okay, I had a home that I financed years ago, and I done it myself. I went down there and put the lien on it in my name, and you know, the people that I'd sold it to passed away. Okay, so I thought it'd probably be like a car or something. You know, a car, they pass away and you're the lien holder, it's no problem. But on this, I run into the problem I can't get it put in my name, and I really don't know what to do. I'm having to pay taxes on it, and I need to kind of do something with it. If you got any ideas what I can do or where I can turn?
Yes, I need to get you connected to an attorney right away. That family has an estate. If they passed away and the home is deeded to them, their estate has rights to it. And you're the mortgage holder, so you could, if you're not being paid or if there's an unpaid balance, you could foreclose on it. This is definitely a matter that requires legal help to make sure. There's a lot of interwoven challenges here. The taxes do need to be paid, or then the county is going to have a dog in the fight. Yeah. So, send me a message on InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com. I will connect you with an attorney. What county are you in? Henry County. Okay, send me a message. I will connect you with somebody who can help straighten that out for you sooner rather than later. Thanks for calling and thanks for listening.
Okay, well, one more question. I'll let you go. If I go to the tax assessor's office, do you think there's any possibility they would lower the taxes since it's not being inhabited by anybody, or that would not have anything to do with it?
There is a certain timeline that you have to file your appeal, and I think it has passed. I don't know exactly what Henry County's is off the top of my head. You can appeal your taxes on your property, but it's strictly based on comparison analysis, and I'm not sure that you're going to be in a position to do that right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for listening.
Okay. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
Yes, sir. Let's go to Anthony from Buckhead. Go ahead, Anthony. Hold on, Anthony. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Those are the numbers to call to ask all your real estate questions. Go ahead, Anthony.
Hey, thank you very much for taking my call. I have what I think is a simple question. I own a condo in Buckhead in 10 Terminus, and it was for sale for about 6 months. I took it off the market about 2 weeks ago, but it was for sale for 6 months, priced pretty aggressively, and I got little to no showings, and I didn't get any lowball offers. I think I got like 10 showings in 6 months, and the agency I used was a pretty reputable that really focuses on the condo market in Buckhead and Midtown. So my question to you is the condo market in Buckhead terrible, or is there something wrong with my building?
Oh, well, it could be both. The condo market, I'm sorry. It is part of the reason the condo market is so challenging in Buckhead, specifically right now, and Midtown as well. The inner city is because of the insurance and HOA issues. We had escalating costs go up with insurance. And so there's a lot of fees that make, if somebody's using a mortgage and then they have their HOA fees and their insurance costs are higher. The secondary issue with condos is sometimes the buildings themselves are non-warrantable. And
what does that mean?
That means it is a very deep thing. How you get financing for a mortgage, some buildings you can't use a regular conventional or FHA loan. There are warrantable and unwarrantable. This goes deeper into the mortgage industry. Gotcha. And if your building has been deemed unwarrantable, we have to set you up with a financing package so anybody who wants to buy in your building can actually get financing for it, because there's not enough cash buyers out there for condos.
Sure.
So
I'm pretty sure it is warrantable because there's only 10% of the units are rentals. And I think that's a big... That's
It is different, though. The warrantable is different than rentable. There's a lot of layers in condos that, I mean, I'm sure if it was a reputable brokerage, they looked into all of this. So how we're combating that right now is we're working with lenders who are putting loan packages together to help in the buildings that have deemed to be non-warrantable. We're trying to connect the dots for people to make it easier, because we're not just selling the houses right now. We're also selling the financing packages, which is sad, but that's just because housing affordability is challenging. So we are looking outside of the normal box, getting creative with how do we actually help people sell their homes in difficult situations.
But if I heard Anthony, one of the things that he talked about was the lack of showings. Mm-hmm. Is that because people don't, because it seems to me a lot of people live in Buckhead. So is that because people don't want to live in Buckhead?
No, I mean,
is it because they don't want to buy a condo?
Part of the problem is 2025 was the lowest number of real estate transactions in over 30 years.
Gotcha.
It was, you had the perfect storm of when you listed, it's a condo, like there's a lot of competition. I don't know how many others were available for sale at the same time as yours in the building. So what you...
No other 2 bedrooms were for sale the entire time.
Yeah. So we have a lot of competition. We have pricing issues. We have high insurance rates. It was the perfect storm in 2025 for this to just be a mess. And everybody felt it, especially you. And I'm sorry that happened to you. Don't give up. Don't give up yet. Send me a message. I will try to connect you with, again, the lenders that I mentioned to the others. There are options that you can roll into your marketing package that will help. And with the changes, we have not to get in the political side of things, but the current administration is proactively looking for ways to help make affordability more helpful. And they're working with Freddie and Fannie to all of the actions the current administration is taking now. They're very aggressively looking into other ways to help. So I expect to see in 2026 more opportunities to help us sell houses that we haven't seen in the last several years.
Anthony,
awesome. I have one follow-up question, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How do I know if the building is unwarrantable?
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah,
I was getting ready to ask that.
I don't have them memorized off the top of my head, but send me a message. I know your building, but just send me a message online and I'll have it looked up for you, and I'll connect you with resources.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
Anthony, you need to go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com and you can send Deborah a message. I do want to ask a question. What about renting for Anthony? I know, you know.
So every building has caps. He said his was 10%. So and the reason for that is that's an HOA restriction.
Gotcha.
The rental caps keep them owner occupied, which makes for better neighbors, better buildings.
I totally agree. Thanks, Anthony, for listening. We appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
I might call Anthony. I should have gotten his number.
Yeah.
I wonder if he would rent to me. Let's go to Noel from Lithonia. Go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon. Shelley, I've been listening to you for many years.
Oh, thank you, Noel.
Good afternoon, Deborah.
Hi.
Yes, I have a question. I purchased a home in a condo about a year and a half ago from NACA. I don't know if you're familiar with that program. And I want to be able, I have 2 vacant rooms that I would like to be able to rent. And, I haven't really cleared it with the HOA or with the bank and everything. I want to know, are there repercussions if you're owner occupied? I'm paying a mortgage each month. And, I have a really good, they gave me a really good rate, and it's the mortgage is not that high, but I have to work every single day without fail to make the payments because of the HOA fees and the mortgage. And I want to be able to know, is it legal? Is it okay for me to rent the other 2 rooms without there being any severe?
Yeah, it's like having a roommate. Yeah, I mean, of course you should make sure your covenants and restrictions for your HOA will dictate what you can and can't do in your building. It's part of being in a condo association. Where sometimes you'll run into issues with condos is parking is the thing that jumps to mind initially. But no, your mortgage company wants to pay wants to receive your money. Nobody wants to foreclose on your house. If you need a roommate, get yourself a roommate, as long as you don't look into that. You can pull leases if you're uncomfortable. If you want to have a written agreement with your roommate situation, then you should certainly have a signed agreement that outline your responsibilities to them and their responsibilities to you, as well as the beginning and the end of the term.
Yes, I also have to know. Do I have to let my lender know what the situation is? I know that I'm most likely going to have to let the I'm getting conflicting reports. Some people say you don't have to tell them anything at all. Either the HOA or the bank, and other people say that you definitely have to let them know. I don't know exactly, but
hold on, no, let her answer. Go ahead.
So at the end of the day, you have a ginormous packet of information that you got at the closing table. Those are your loan documents. You can read through those and verify, but I know lots of people who have roommates, and you pay your bills, man. live a good life.
Right. Great call, Noel.
Thank you so much, Kelly.
Thank you for listening. Yep.
Thank you.
404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. Those are the numbers to call. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. We will be right back. Last segment, Inside Georgia Real Estate, the website for you to get in touch with Deborah Morton of the agency Atlanta is InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com. Let's go to Bob from East Cobb. Go ahead, Bob.
Hey, good morning. Thank you. I own a home in East Cobb. I have a mortgage on it, but I'd like to add my son, who is 23, to, I don't know, the mortgage or the title. So when I pass away, it is easy.
Right. Great idea. Yeah, no, I highly recommend you do this. And it's super easy. We call it a quick claim. Attorney can do it for you really quick. Send me a message. I'll connect you to a local attorney right here in East Cobb, and they can help you do it. It's also not expensive. It's a smart thing to do. You can set it up with survivorship rights. So if you pass, it automatically goes to him and you don't have the probate issue. Very key and important thing to do. He probably doesn't want you to add him to the mortgage, and I don't think that's necessary, so don't bother.
Okay. Well, I don't think he would be qualified, but
probably not. No, my daughter is 23, and I really do think if you have adult children and you're aging, having a family member on title, it really does make the whole process easier. If you don't want to take the step of getting a trust set up for your assets and your estate, at least doing that is one easy thing you can do to make the whole process easier for him when that time comes.
Thank you, Bob.
Okay, so where do I send the message?
InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com. It's super easy. Just send me a quick message on there with your email, and I'll send you over the contact to an East Cobb attorney.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob. Happy New Year. Let's go to Anna. Anna from Jasper. Go ahead, Anna.
Hey, Shelley and Deborah, how are you?
Hello.
Wonderful.
Okay, so I had a commercial building worth about $2 million. I took a cash-out refi for $500K to build a house for me. With the increases, I'm about $100,000 short, and I'm wondering what the best way to go and get another $100,000 or so to finish my house. The building is on a lease purchase, and he's got 22 more months to close the deal before I can reap the rewards of the building.
Wow. Is getting a construction loan for the last $100,000 on your house, is that an option?
Well,
hey Anna, can you take us off a speaker and put us on? Oh, you're driving, aren't you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Answer the question. Sorry.
Yeah, you have options. There are lots of different financing options. One would be the simplest would be to just pull a construction loan to complete your home, and at the end of that construction period, you roll it over into a mortgage. That's one way.
Here's the problem with that. I'm an engineer, and they don't want to give you a construction loan unless you have a contractor.
That is
I'm
true.
building the house myself.
Oh.
Yeah. So your next bet would be then to pull additional money out of your commercial building to go that way. Is that what you're saying?
Well, do you think the bank would be amenable to that? I pulled out $500 on a $2 million business. You know, the ratios are heavy in their favor.
Yeah. You know what? If you have a local bank, in this case, I would say that your local bank, who you already have a banking relationship with, that's the first place to start because they're going to be the most likely to work with you.
Okay.
Send me a message.
Get a mortgage on the new place.
Hey, Anna, we got to go. So go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com. Anna, go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com.
And we'll continue that conversation for sure. But the commercial advertisers here, y'all use them and love them, but we need them here on the show. Thank you for listening. I hope everybody has a fantastic week. Send me your messages, InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com. And I'm Deborah Morton with the Agency Atlanta, and I look forward to seeing you in 3 weeks.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Working across teams is tough, but Asana helps you handle it. Asana AI can spot roadblocks and assign work to keep everything on track. That's how work gets handled. Visit us at asana.com.